YouTube. What is going on? It is your boy Cheeto, and I'm back with another video. I told y'all boys I'm gonna be consistent this year. I'm gonna at least try to give y'all 1 to 2 videos. I know I promised 3, but I know myself, and doing 3 sometimes can just feel like a hassle. I never want YouTube to feel like a hassle. I always want it to feel like a hobby, and I always want to give you the best content with that mindset. Because if I feel like it's a hassle, I feel like I don't get the best content, and when I feel like I don't get the best content, you guys don't see it. So what is going on though? I am back. The last video, absolutely crazy. You guys supported me insanely on the last video. I think I got 43 views. That's the most views I've ever gotten on YouTube. And then my YouTube short had like 1.6K views. That is the most views I've ever gotten on a YouTube short. So I just hit an all-time record for views on shorts in my own videos with my last video. So I am super duper excited. I am super duper ecstatic. And I just first off want to thank everybody that supported me, everybody that clicked on the video, everybody that watched the YouTube short. I want to give every single person a thank you, a round of applause for supporting me. This just gives me more and more motivation to keep going, and hopefully I'll turn this into a career with the support of you guys, and keep giving you guys great content. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. And that's why today we're going to have a great, fun video. Let's get into it. So let's get into the topic. Now, you're probably reading this title and thinking, what do you mean by what would I do with 100 million? Now, I'm going to give you a little backstory on this topic. The reason why I decided to make a video on this topic is because me and my homies, we were talking about what would you do if you had 100 mil every single day. In order to get the 100 mil, the next day you would have to spend the 100 mil at once. So that made me think, like, if I have $100 million disposable, in order to get $100 million the next day, I would have to spend the $100 million that I have of that day. So it had me thinking, what degenerate thing can I buy every single day that will lead to me spending $100 million every single day? So my daily budget is $100 million. So what possibly could I buy that would spin up $100 million every single day? That way I can have that $100 million the next day. Now, essentially the stipulations were you can't save it, you can't invest it, and if you don't spend the money, you don't get the 100 mil the next day. So essentially you'll go broke, and you don't get to keep any of the money that you had prior that you didn't spend. So that made me think, okay, what possibly could I buy that would last? I mean, that would completely wipe out $100 million. Whew. So I got it made down a list for you guys of the things that I would buy. Obviously, I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. But I'm going to give you guys my list of how I would spend $100 million in one day. Let's get into it. This is where all the people from the hood finna agree with me on. Now, if you got a little hood in you, I ain't gonna lie. Just a little bit. Just a sprinkle. Just a tad big sprinkle. The first thing I would buy is a whole bunch of jewelry and a whole bunch of cars. Now, you probably like, what kind of cars are we getting here? Now, we can obviously get your Connie-Sets and your Lambos. Man, I'm getting the whole hood straight Trackhawks and Hellcats, man. The whole hood getting Trackhawks and Hellcats. That would be the best purchases that I would make. Everybody I know getting the Hellcat and the Trackhawk, and they getting the chain on it. So we gonna have our own OTF, just like that. First day I get 100 mil. Everybody getting Hellcats and Trackhawks, fam. Everybody. I'm getting Hellcat, Trackhawks. Might even throw a couple ARPs on there. You know what I'm saying? And give me some shices. So the whole hood gonna be supplied with Hellcats, Trackhawks, and ARPs. That's just something I would do. Just go, and then even, I'm not even from the hood. This would just be a random hood from the state that I live in that I would just supply with this. I would just buy it. Why not? Why not spend about $2 to $3 to $4 to $5 to $6 million, maybe $10 to $15 million on just Hellcats, Trackhawks, ARPs, Shiesties, and Diamond Chains? Honestly, I might just change the whole community on top of that. At that point, we might as well just start investing all into the community. I mean, we might as well just turn the community into our own militia. At that point, my second mega purchase that I would make is I would just buy a whole bunch of private jets. I think I would probably buy 15 to 20 private jets. At that point, if you buy a whole bunch of private jets, I would essentially be the jet king. I mean, why not just buy a whole bunch of private jets? I mean, you can buy a private jet and essentially you'll be able to fly everywhere and across the world in probably a day. I would try to fly to each state in a day with all my private jets. Just have my private jets stationed in different cities. That way I don't have to refill the gas, and I can just fly city to city with no nothing. I can just fly city to city with all my jets. Now we might as well buy 50 private jets. Just buy 50 of them. Pay for the gas. Flying city to city. $100 million. Nobody can stop me. I'm touching New York and Chicago in the same day, California, LA, San Diego, Sacramento in 45 minutes. You know, I'm touching Atlanta, Miami, Austin in a span of an hour and 25 minutes, just like that, non-stop, jet to jet. That's what I would do. Like, that's one of the ignorant purchases I would make. Just buy 50 jets and just touch each state. And my pilot would be like fast. I'll just start throwing money. I'm like, go faster, go faster, go faster. I want to be here right now. Put me in this city right now, so I can be on a Miami high rise that I just throw at them and start throwing money at people. Like, that's what I would do if I had like $100 million. I'll just buy a whole bunch of private jets and just fly across the world in like the span of 45 minutes. You know, my third mega purchase. One thing that you guys are gonna learn about me is I love mixed martial arts. I started boxing at 15, and I started jiu-jitsu at 18. And one thing that I always wanted to do was start my own fight promotion, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. If I start my own fight promotion, I think everybody would leave their fight promotions and just join mine. Like, I could just pay fighters so well if I just spend all my money on the fighters. Like, I think I would essentially monopolize the fight game if I just start using the $100 million to pay fighters what they're worth, right? Especially mixed martial arts fighters. We can have boxers, we can have Muay Thai fighters, we can have MMA guys, we can have wrestlers, we can have jiu-jitsu people, we can have judokas, we can have karate specialists. Like, it's so many people that we could have in our fight promotion, and we would be the biggest fight promotion in the world if we just threw $100 million at our company every single day. So each time these fighters are getting paid very well. I could essentially give one fighter a $50 million contract just to fight the other guy for $50 million. There's my whole money, just like right there. Is I get $50 million to one fighter and I get $50 million to another fighter, and 9 times out of 10, them guys probably not even gonna want to fight for me ever again, because they got set. $50 million is more than enough. $100 million, like I said, that's just FU money. And why not? If I got FU money, why not just invest in fighters? Why not see something that I truly like and invest in it and start paying guys insane contracts? You know, the champion should be making $15-20 million a fight if he's a champion. And if he's entertaining, we don't have to worry about pay-per-view points because I have unlimited money. So that is the third thing that I would invest in if I had $100 million cash just to spend every single day. My next ignorant purchase, I think I would just buy like a bat cave. Like, I would just go buy a bat cave. And I'm talking legitimately buy a bat cave. Like, I would go find a cave, purchase a cave, and then start installing equipment and technology in it. So this is the stipulation, right, from what I'm understanding, because I just got a text from my buddy. So he pretty much said, if you spend $100 million every single day, everything that you have you can keep. So if that's the case, yeah, I would just buy a bat cave. Why not? I could continuously every single day with $100 million invest in that bat cave every single day. I can put so much technology in there. I can literally make it look like the bat cave. And that's another game I want to get into playing with y'all is the Lego Batman game. I've seen it's been doing great. It looks fun. I'm going to play that game for y'all. But back to what I was saying is the Batcave is something that I would definitely do. I would get a whole bunch of monitors. I would get even the Bat chair, Bat logo. I would even get bats. Why not? And get some little bats and let them fly around the cave and chirp and whatever bats do. I don't know if they what they do. I just know they be bat. Bats know how to bat. And I would definitely get a bat cave and probably get me a butler and call him Alfred, even though his name probably won't be Alfred. And just be Batman. Why not be Batman for the rest of my life? I have $100 million. I'll probably be the richest man on the earth until I decide not to spend all that $100 million. So I just said $100. I'm at $100 million. And yeah, why not just be Batman? Why not turn into Bruce Wayne? You know, the Playboy millionaire. Why not? Another ignorant purchase that I would do is I would just rent out a whole stadium and play dodgeball. Like I would just give random people on the street like $1,000 just to come to the stadium and play dodgeball with us. And whoever wins, I will give him $50,000. Like I would be on some Mr. Beast, but like to the next level. Like I would be Extreme Beast. I wouldn't be Mr. Beast. I would be Extreme Beast. And I would just get random people off the street. I would get homeless people, civilians, police officers, whatever, any and everybody. I would pay them $1,000 to play dodge. I'll probably give them $10,000, and the winner wins $100,000. And just let's just play dodgeball in the stadium. And then after dodgeball, we can play paintball. And it'll essentially be 500 people versus 500 people. And whoever wins, we got like a Hunger Games situation. Only this time, you're not actually losing your life when you win. You win a lot of money. And I think I would do that every single day. I would almost probably eventually become like a Squid Game leader. I didn't even watch the TV show. I just know that it was something similar to that. And I would just have people playing dodgeball and paintball all day, every day, trying to compete for $500,000 or $1 million or however much I just want to raise it to. I'll probably raise it to like $10-15 million. I would probably give away more of that $100 million than I would probably think I would. Because once you get to a point of having everything, which I probably will with $100 million every single day, I would probably just give away money. I would probably essentially boost the economy with the amount of money that I give away. Because imagine I have $100 million every day. I think it's like, what, 700, 800, 900 million people in the United States? That's where I reside in. Imagine if I gave each person $1 million, which I would have $900 million essentially in 1 week. Now, I'm not good on math. Do not quote me on that. Do not quote me on that. I am not good at math. But if I get that kind of money and expand however long, and I give 1 million to every person, I'm pretty sure I would essentially overload the economy and everybody would be rich. If my math is mathing right now. If my math is truly mathing, then everybody would be rich. And we can everybody can play dodgeball and paintball every single day. But then wouldn't that like crash the economy too? Because like if everybody's rich, then there's no need for goods and services because everybody is paid, right? Or I mean, I'm not good at this kind of stuff, but if everybody, I just thought about that, like recording live is like, if everybody's rich, wouldn't that mean like there would be no need for goods and services because everybody's rich? Like, wouldn't that eliminate the economy? Would that make the economy better or would that make it worse? Genuine question. Now I done got sidetracked. But wouldn't that make the economy worse? Actually, if I gave away so much money? I don't know. But that's what I would do is host dodgeball games and paintball games in a stadium, a huge stadium. That's what I would do with my money. Just rent out stadiums and do that. Next purchase that I would make would probably just like be really good is I would hire like a whole bunch of personal chefs and I would get a whole bunch of like overweight people, and I would essentially buy out a house, and I would tell them every day, like, I will put money towards them if they continue to lose weight with the personal chef and like the personal trainer, and every day they would lose weight with the money. So I would just continue to give them money because I plan on spending 100 million every single day. So this is more like a long-term weekly thing, right? I would just do this and it kind of essentially allow people to watch. Like, I realize a lot of the stuff I'm saying kind of sounds sick, but then again, you got to think about how sick it is to have $100 million every single day. Like, who can stop me at this point? You know, I'm like Homelander, you know? Maybe outside of the the crazy bad stuff, but I am essentially a god on earth with all this money, right? But yeah, I would do that. That's something I feel like would help people. Obviously, I wouldn't do it against people's will. That's not what I plan on doing with $100 million. Oh, we know some people that, you know, but I wouldn't plan on doing it against people's will. I would obviously have people that can consent towards doing that, but that's something I would definitely want to invest in, is, you know, getting personal trainers, getting private chefs, and just paying people. Whoever loses the most weight the quickest, or whoever loses the most weight in total, will get a large chunk of my money. And I think that's something that I could do that is positive. It pushes a positive message, and it also gives people the incentive to make sure and take care of their health. So that's one thing I wouldn't mind doing, right? I mean, if you got $100 million, you might as well help people. I mean, I would never want that kind of money to go to waste when I can just help people, especially when I know what people need. Some people just need a change of environment, which could really help them a lot. So if I'm able to afford and provide a change in environment to random people that may need it to improve their health, why not? Why not do that? And I might record it. I mean, obviously with their consent. I might record though, make it like a TV show. That way I can get more contestants and more people involved, and we can get more people and different people across the globe, and we can give out more money, essentially. So that's one thing that I can do, is give people the incentive to take care of their health. So we'll essentially, just by these last two that weren't as ignorant, is I would essentially solve the economy and world obesity in the span of like a week. That's essentially what I would do. Especially if they give me enough time. If they give me a month, I'll probably have the world economy and obesity just solved, like just like that. So that's probably, if I had $100 million, they would probably want to take me out, because I would be solving a lot of problems that bring in a lot of money. And yeah, the next purchase that I would make, and really thinking about this purchase, because I kind of did give like a little thought behind this one, is I would hide money across the country, right? And it would be a large sum of money, like $10 million in a briefcase. Go find it. You know what I would essentially do? Because I would probably, at this time, with the amount of stuff that I would have in play and in motion, I would probably be the most famous person on earth. So if I make out a PSA and I'd be like, all right, guys, I'm hiding $10 million in each state. You have to find it. You don't get a head start. You don't get a notification. I'm in a black room and I'm just hiding this money, and you guys have to find it. I think, honestly, I would probably destroy the world for that, because you know how many people would go out searching for $10 million just hidden somewhere, you know? And then the funny part about it is, like, the people it'll probably be like a random lady just walking her dog and she discovers the briefcase. Like, that'll be hilarious, but also insane at the same time, because it's like, what would you do if somebody said they just hid $10 million in your state? I'm pretty sure you would go searching every single day looking for that money, because I know I would. If somebody told me they left $10 million just out here for the taking, and it's all yours, it's not nothing, oh my God. Man, I would go out here looking for this money every single day. Every day. I would quit my job, and my job would be to look for the money. That would essentially be what it is. Quit working. Just go look for that money. And let's say, like, I do it every month. So essentially, I'll be giving away $120 million a year. That's if I obviously, continue to spend that 100 mil every day. But I would want to give away essentially $120 million a year. Like, I would want to give away so much money, and I feel like that's a fun way to do it. I don't know about safe, but that would definitely be a fun way to do it, because it definitely will get wicked. People knowing that there's money in their state, they gonna do whatever to find it, especially in the South. I'm from the South, so it's like in the South, they're gonna do what they need to get that money. You understand me? They gonna do what they need to get that money. Next thing that I probably would do is I would probably put a sports team in every single state. Like, I like how, like, you got the mega states that have sports teams. Obviously California, New York, Texas, Florida. Like, those are the mega states. Like, those are essentially the states that bring in the most money, I guess, in terms of the United States. In terms of tourism, in terms of economics, in terms of whatever it may be. Businesses created. Like, those states bring in a lot of money. Imagine, though, that you could put a sports team in every single state. Like, I think at that point, I would flourish every state's economy. Like, imagine you got a sports team, and when I talk about sports team, I'm gonna mostly say American sports, like a basketball team, a football team, a hockey team, maybe a soccer team, because soccer isn't as prevalent in the United States as it is in Europe. It is insane in Europe and the Middle East and places like that. And when it comes to America, essentially we're basketball and football. Like, you either gonna watch basketball or you either gonna watch football. And imagine you put a South Dakota football team and a South Dakota basketball team. And then that also gives athletes more chances to make it and do what they love. Like, imagine, like, I think they said over 600 NBA players get drafted, but only 120 something get to play. Like, now I will open up more opportunities for people that are really skilled, that can actually display their talent at the highest level, because there's an opportunity in every team. You know how many hometown heroes we would have if there were 50 NBA teams? 25 in the East, 25 in the West, right? That would be absolute awesome if you could just see all these NBA teams with 15-man rosters. Like, that would be awesome, just to have a whole bunch of teams. All the new history that could be made as well. Like, that would be phenomenal, man, to even see. I know the NBA wouldn't do that, because I think, it being small and knit is what makes it elite, right? If you got a small group, that's what makes it elite. If everybody is welcomed in, then it's no longer elite. But I honestly would beg to differ, making an NBA team per state. If I'm able to make an NBA team per state, I think we would have the elite out of the elite. 15-man roster, maybe 12-man roster, with new cities, new teams, new states. I think that would show the competitiveness of the NBA. There definitely wouldn't be the same champion every year, because teams would just be making moves and moves and moves and moves. So I think that would be something awesome to see at a grand scheme of things. Is same thing with the NFL. That would be awesome to see, like, different states having teams that don't have any type of athletics or any type of athletic pool when it comes to the main grand scheme of things. Wow, and honestly, that's like the most of the things that I could really think about. It's getting to the end of the video. First off, I just want to say thank you guys again. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. And I appreciate you guys giving me a chance. I know I'm a small content creator. I know my editing isn't the best. I know I make a lot of mistakes in my videos. It's a process. I'm working on getting better. I just want you guys to be able to see the journey of me getting better. And I appreciate all the love and support that you guys give me. It gives me motivation. It gives me confidence to keep going. Like I said, I just want to pat myself and pat you guys on the back for my last video doing the most numbers I've ever done on YouTube. 43 views may not seem a lot when you got guys doing 1.5 and 100,000 views, but to me, 43 views is 2 classrooms worth of people. And that's a lot of people to me. You know, those are 43 people I don't know. And for them to watch my video, that makes me excited. It makes me want to keep going and keep being positive and essentially just keep doing it until I'm able to get a, you know, until I'm able to get a break off of it. And like I said, you know, this video is meant to be a little silly video. Has some nice gameplay. You guys know I also do the beats behind my videos. And like I said, I'm just happy to be back. I'm happy to be doing this consistently. I'm blessed to be going strong. And like I said, I'm glad to have you guys as supporters and fans. And like I said, I think this is going to be a great year. I feel like this is going to be my year. And we're going to continue to do it until the wheels fall off. Like I said, I love every single one of you guys. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I always sometimes forget to say it in my own videos. But please like, comment, subscribe, and share to everyone, anyone, and someone. Like I said, I will see you guys in the next video this week. Love every single one of you. Thank you for watching.